Hey guys, welcome back into the SoCal Sports Report here in Fullerton, California, in lovely Orange County with my co-host Ailis Garcia. I'm Bobby DeMuro, bringing you the latest and greatest every single week in California sports with, admittedly, a little bit of an LA bias.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. San Francisco, screw you. No, I'm kidding.
We don't talk about NorCal. There's a
like
huge rivalry between SoCal and NorCal.
Keep watching the show, but we're not going to talk about your teams.
Yeah.
Speaking of LA bias, the first topic this week is the Pac-12 men's basketball and specifically the California teams and how far they can go in the NCAA tournament. UCLA is the class of just the California teams in the Pac-12, but let's start in NorCal with the Cal Golden Bears, and Lord knows if there's one thing Ailis loves, it's talking about Cal Golden Bears. Remember that Cal football talk we had a few weeks ago? She loves Cal. So Ailis, starting with Cal, not Sonny Dykes, but with the Golden Bears, how do you rate Cal and Stanford's chances to go deep in the postseason this year in men's basketball?
I mean, I think they're doing all right, but I do want to say that they did beat Arizona.
Cal did, yes.
So Cal beat Arizona, and they are number 2 right now, I believe.
Yeah, Arizona's doing okay, just like, 100-0 until they lost that game. They're all right.
9-1, thanks to Cal. So I think that, they obviously gave them a run for their money and were able to beat them by 2 points. So.
However, here's a little monkey wrench for you. They beat Arizona. Cal lost to Santa Barbara. I mean, Santa Barbara. No offense, but come on.
Santa Barbara's a nice town.
It's a great town.
Yeah.
Speaking of, you know that Endless Summer documentary you talked about a couple episodes ago? Santa Barbara is somewhere we could go film and surf.
Or maybe Santa Barbara is just so fun that they just had too much fun off the court.
Here on the SoCal Sports Report, you can always talk about great sports analysis like Ailis. She said fun 3 times in a sentence. That's the technical sports analysis you can receive when you watch this show.
We have a lot of fun.
Here's the thing at Cal. They can't play on the road. They lost games at Dayton, at Santa Barbara, and at Creighton in Omaha, Nebraska. Look, I know it's tough to go on the road, but the NCAA tournament is on the road. You will always play away from home.
Yeah.
You have to win. You just have to find out a way to win on the road. Stanford, I think, is a little bit better off. They have good road wins. They won at Denver. Don't crap on Denver. That's a pretty good mid-major team. They also won at UConn, and they almost beat Michigan in New York City. I know, almost doesn't count. I can hear Ailis say it right now.
I know, before, almost beat this, almost beat that, almost this, almost doesn't count in the books.
Yeah, well, you're almost the best host of this show, but you're not. All right, so they almost beat Michigan in New York City. That was mean.
I'm supposed to stick up for your co-host.
Yeah, it's fun on this show, and we have fun. I don't know. All right, let's just move on to UCLA.
Before we move on, though, I do want to say that Cal did start off really great. They won their first 5 conference games, and since then they've,
In a great conference. The Pac-12 is great. We'll get there in a second. But UCLA is the class, to me, just of the California teams.
Moving on down the coast.
Down the coast. And USC, just for the record, because we have an alum here, USC sucks. Like, they're awful. Like, they're so bad.
And I'm going to admit it.
We're
really bad.
They're bad.
We have so much money. We need to do something about that.
What kills me about this...
We've just never been good.
But see, that's weird because next week we will talk about high school recruiting on this show. We've already planned it out. It's going to be great. Why can't USC just go to Crenshaw and Dorsey and Los Angeles High School and recruit LA kids and be good? There's a great public school league in LA.
I would do that.
I mean, just not to mention going to Orange County or the suburbs.
I mean, maybe it'd be
schools.
like my charity contribution back to the school.
That'd be great. As a poor young alum, you can't give money, so you can just recruit
So I'm just going to recruit players. There you go. Hey, that's a good solution.
Yeah, hey, listen, if you're a 16-year-old kid,
Start that.
You want to play at USC, you can tweet Ailis. Do you guys know Paul Gasol tweeted Ailis a couple weeks ago? I mean,
oh, man.
Could you recruit Paul Gasol backward? I don't think it works like that.
I could retweet him. Reply to him.
I
don't know.
Doesn't much help USC basketball, but whatever. But UCLA.
I'll totally reply to you if you tweet me.
Yeah, that sounds legit. So, back to UCLA. They're the cream of the crop of the California teams. Obviously, I don't think they're going to win the Pac-12. Arizona will probably win the league, but UCLA is going to go deep in the tournament. You've got 2 guys, Jordan Adams and Kyle Anderson, who kind of lead the charge. Zach LaVine is an NBA-quality point guard for them, and they've got 8 guys who average 20 minutes a game. That's great depth, and if there's one thing you need in the NCAA tournament, like Jim Falvano used to say at NC State, survive and advance, you need depth.
I think they're going to provide
I
that.
made a great argument. She's speechless. I like this. I like hosting the show
there's
alone.
nothing to debate you.
So, but broadly speaking, I mean, how good is the Pac-12? You look at these 7 teams, UCLA, Cal, Stanford, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Washington, and Arizona State are probably all NCAA tournament quality.
Oh, for sure.
Really everybody but Oregon State, Washington State, and
USC.
The aforementioned USC. Is this the best college basketball conference in the country right now?
I think so. I would argue that they are.
And are we looking at it from a West Coast bias?
Of course.
At least we acknowledge it.
Although in the top, in the AP 25, though, I believe, I don't know if any of them are up there.
Oh, for sure. At least 4 of them are.
Well, true,
But not all 7.
Yes.
And Colorado's going to drop out because they lost Spencer Dinwiddie. Washington and Arizona State aren't quite there. But those are quality teams that are going to make runs, if not in the NCAA tournament, in the NIT for the last couple, Arizona State and Washington.
Oh, you're talking about Pac-12. I was thinking only California teams.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
yes. Yeah. And of the California teams, I think all 3 are in it, and we'll probably stay in it the rest of the year, especially with Cal beating Arizona. UCLA's ranked, Cal stay in it, and Stanford kind of floats in and out, but they'll be there. So, definitely. Moving on, actually, to a similar topic, but moving to smaller schools, we're now going to look at mid-major. We're downsizing. This show's going lower. We're going to look at mid-major schools.
We're losing followers as we speak, really. That's why.
We need Paul Gasol to retweet this show. That's what we need. Looking at mid-major schools in California now, the first school I have on my list for how they're going to do in the NCAA tournament, you love them, San Diego State. I don't even know if you'd call them a mid-major anymore. They're just good.
They're number 5.
They're great.
They're awesome. And I mean, I can remember being a lot younger, and San Diego State has always been great. They've always been known for their, I mean, you could say that about UCLA too. They've always been known for their basketball. Well,
San Diego State's version of John Wooden, not quite, but Steve Fisher coached at Michigan for a long time, came to San Diego State. Do you know what year he got to San Diego State?
I don't.
Are you sitting down? 1999. It seems like he got there like 5 years ago. He's been there for 15 years, and he's done a great job. And Kawhi Leonard with the San Antonio Spurs, they've got NBA pedigree guys, and they just do it every year. I don't even know if I'd call them a mid-major. I think they definitely get, depending on where they get put in the tournament, that's a Sweet 16 team to me, at least.
They're number 2 in the West, 20-1, and also 9-0 in the Mountain West. I mean, that's
and the Mountain
amazing.
West, I know it doesn't go top to bottom like the Pac-12, but the Mountain West is a decent basketball conference. Colorado State's pretty good. That's not bad. So moving on from San Diego State, who we seem to be in agreements with, there are a couple other mid-major teams to talk about. The first one,
which you love,
and
they're very unassuming too.
Very unassuming is Pepperdine. Okay.
It's a very sunny side of town.
Sunny, literally. Here's the thing about Pepperdine: the Waves. By the way, great mascot, great nickname, the Pepperdine Waves. They can play on the road. And I know that Gonzaga is the toast of the West Coast Conference and the best team, but when you're talking about California teams, Pepperdine has road wins, get this, at UC Irvine, Central Michigan, UC Riverside, San Diego, Santa Clara, and Denver. That's a team that can play on the road, and are you ready for the pun of the day? If Pepperdine can get in the NCAA tournament, I think the Waves can make waves.
Well, they can definitely, if they can win off, if they can win on the road right now, they can definitely win when they have to play on the road all the time in the tournament.
I feel like you didn't appreciate my pun enough. Do I need to do it again? The Pepperdine Waves in the NCAA tournament could make waves.
For our endless summer sequel.
Oh, screw you. That was a funny joke and I worked on it. All right. Let's move on because she's turning her back to me now. All right, in the Big West, UC Santa Barbara, we made fun of them a segment ago, but they are a pretty good team in the Big West. Irvine's another good one. And then the last California team to look at is St. Mary's. They cannot win on the road. I don't think they have enough to get to the tournament. I'm just really disappointed you didn't like my Pepperdine joke. I worked on that thing for 4 days. That's the best thing I could come up with.
Pal, I think he's going to need a tweet from you.
Wow. All right, let's just move on because I'm in the dumps. Mid-major basketball is great in California. The last thing to note is Santa Barbara and UC Irvine will play each other February 27th, just after this goes up. The winner of that game maybe is the best team in the Big West.
And maybe by then I'll be excited about the tournament.
So you feel about college basketball the way that I feel about hockey?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm just in pain right now.
Well, so USC was your perfect school because you don't like college basketball, and neither do they.
I mean, if USC would have actually done decently and been a decent team, I think I would have actually been into college basketball.
What a fair-weather fan.
I went to a few games, though, I'm not going to lie.
I'm just mad you didn't like my joke. I'm still talking that Pepperdine waves making waves, and I put the sunglasses on. You know, when I'm on Saturday Night
That
Live...
was very planned out.
Listen, when I'm on Saturday Night Live, you will never guest host that show. You will never guest host that show. It's going to be
You
me
never know. They have surprise hosts all the time. Make a little cameo.
Well,
You
moving-
got sign back up for those groundlings.
Yeah, that's what I
classes.
need. Groundlings, because I'm not funny enough already. You don't want to
Well,
hear me
improv.
do stand-up jokes. Yeah, we're improving right now. We have no idea where we're going. Speaking
No, we
of,
know where we're going.
Speaking of where we're going, the third topic now, we're heading to a good debate on the best athlete in the state of California. And it depends how you define this, whether they're born here, whether they play here. I look at it as guys who play here right now, or girls who play here right now. So, Ailis, who is the best athlete in the state of California today?
Today, I'm going to have to go with my boy, Blake Griffin.
Blake Griffin, good choice. He was one of my top three.
I saw him dunk the other night against the Heat.
Wait,
It was awesome. I mean, the amount of points he put up, I don't remember the number, but I mean, it was amazing to see him play for the first time. I'd never seen him play live.
you went to the Clippers game in Staples Center and didn't let me know.
Yeah.
I only live like a mile from Staples Center.
You know where I also ended up? The chairman's room at the Staples Center.
Sounds like there's a story.
You know, you just kind of have to finagle your way in. Actually, no, you actually need tickets to get in. But
Just a sweet talk your way in,
Yeah.
you get to the chairman's room.
no, but I mean, it was amazing. I looked over and there was Olivia Wilde right there,
Wow.
right next to me, and Pamela Anderson.
You know, I know
Few other
somebody
people
who
that-
looks just like Olivia Wilde. Does that count?
Maybe it was her.
So the person that I know
No.
is actually Olivia Wilde.
Maybe. Maybe she'll retweet you just out of sympathy.
It's all about the tweets. That's all I care about.
Anyways, it was a great experience. It was awesome to see him play.
And
it was
he's
just
your
great
best
to see them
athlete.
both teams go up against each other too. And yeah, right now, best athlete. But when we originally talked about this, I thought you meant best athlete ever to be born in California, which I thought that was. Anyways, I don't know. So I
It's
did a
interesting.
little brainstorming, and best athlete ever born in California, I'm gonna have to say stick with Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio, great choice. And born in California, and maybe the best off the field with Marilyn Monroe. That's not bad.
Although he did play for the Yankees.
He's not a California guy. I think when you evaluate best athlete, you have to look at, you have to decide what you're looking at. And what I mean is it technical skill in their sport? Is it overall athleticism? Is it strength? Is it power? Is it speed? I look at kind of the combination of all of them. And the way that I define best athlete is, who would I want to watch play other sports, other than their own that they excel in? So my answer, Blake Griffin would be fascinating. Could you imagine him as a linebacker?
Remember that commercial where he jumped over the
Kia?
car? Yes.
Kia. He jumped a Kia.
But Kia, I mean, they're not paying us to talk about it.
No, they're not, so we can talk about how small they
Yeah.
are. Yeah, they're tiny.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it's cool. He jumped over a car. But knowing that argument of playing other sports, I pick Yasiel Puig. Could you imagine him as a shooting guard or a small forward or a linebacker? He'd kill a man.
He's crazy. I'm going to support you in that decision just because he's Cuban. And I
Thank
like Puig, and he's on the Dodgers. But also, if you're talking about a player, well-roundedness and everything that they bring to the table and how you remember them, maybe looking back down the road, I'm going to say Tiger Woods. I know he's not playing well right now, but he's arguably one of the best athletes in the world ever.
For sure, and he's not obviously the fastest, the strongest, the most whatever. But when you talk about technical skill, few things are as technical as playing golf at that level. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Technical, and then also if you look at his marketability, just in general, and his endorsements, everything that he's done as an athlete, he's really a brand.
Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Although he tarnished it a little bit, but
Well, we're not going to talk about that. I am, however, disappointed as we wrap up this show that you didn't like my Pepperdine Waves joke, and I know that I'm still on it, but this is going to stick with me for a while.
Man, I hope
Maybe
you
a few
sleep
weeks.
tonight.
It's not even tonight. It's going to be a few weeks. You're going to see me next week on the show with circles under my eyes because I haven't slept, and I won't ever do a joke again because I'm horrified.
Maybe
of the
we should
response.
come up with some type of a bet or something.
That scares me more than it intrigues me.
Anyways, let us know what you think in the comments below, and we know you're gonna we know you liked this episode, so please like us below.
Like us on YouTube or retweet us. And in the comments below, if you do want to do something cool, you tell us, who is the best athlete in the state of California? Is it Puig? Is it Blake Griffin? Is it, we've mentioned D. Gordon for the Dodgers for his speed. Who is the best athlete in California? We want to hear from you.
And we'll totally respond.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, we'd love to respond. We'll make up fake accounts and comment just to respond to ourselves and feel important. Okay, maybe we won't. But we will talk to you guys.
We will respond from the Pepperdine account.
The waves are going to... Do I need to put the sunglasses on again?
You kind of have to...
I guess I'll put them on to close the show.
Out like that.
So you can hide my tears as I cry as we get away this week. Guys, that's it on the SoCal Sports Report. I'm Bobby DeMuro. I am much cooler than Ailis Garcia. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the SoCal Sports Report. We will see you in 1 week.